Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes Now. So in the last episode, we played our first game of the season at home against Odense, and we got beat. As we would have kind of expected. But I really did hope that we could pick up a couple of points just to get the season going with some tough games coming up, particularly in the Cup, as you will now see, which means that today's live comp is slightly different. When we got through the Cup, I decided to move on a little bit so that we could get the AGF game in this episode, because I thought it'd be fun to play a game at home against a team from the Superliga and test our mettle, since the last time we played a team from the Superliga, I think was in the first or second season, against Randers, we actually took them to extra time and very nearly beat them. Alan Franson, I think, missed a penalty in like the 86th minute. So our first game, and I just had a bit of trouble actually getting it to show this menu for whatever reason, but here we are. First game was away at Kurga, and it's a shame because we took the lead early on through Dan Benson, of all people, with a header, of all people. Dave Benson-Phillips doing his work there. But this is yet another one of these times where we've conceded a late goal, this time to Matthias Mira. We can't keep doing this. Stefan Jon-Gunnarsson had a pretty dreadful game. Borup was decent on the left-hand side, but we did lose to Kurga. Now, okay, we beat them away last year, so this is dropped points in that sense, but they did go on to do great things, and looking at the chances in this game, you think they deserve the win, but the draw would have been very, very ideal for us, just to snatch little points here and there, because I do think it's going to be tougher this year, I really do. Also, Fabian, and I think I've got this right, Tuvenol, with the injury in this match meant he missed most of the rest of the games that I've played, which is not ideal. Thankfully, though, we got ourselves a chance against newly promoted Nyköping, although it was still a bit tight. I mean, looking at the chances created, they actually played quite well against us here. We were maybe slightly lucky. We actually could have lost this on another day. Franson gave us the lead. Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry, what we're talking about. Emil Holton gave them the lead, and then Franson immediately equalised, finally getting off the mark for the season for him. But then they missed a penalty in the 86th minute. The highlight continued. We went straight down the other end, and Mikael Nygaard gave us what was eventually the winner. So after conceding a late winner, we now get ourselves a late winner, albeit not quite as late. But thank God for the home win here, because I think the home record is really going to be key for us. Betzer did not have a good game. But next up, we had a game against VB, or Vibe, in the Cup. Now, of course, last year we smashed 6 past Vattenspor or whatever. This time, again, I rotated the squad massively. Like, I don't think... I'm trying to think if any players that would normally started this game. And as you could see, we created better chances from them and probably still deserve the win, but it was a very, very rotated side. Just looking at the bookings with Gregerson, Gravgaard, Tajan C did come off the bench, I think, and David Byrne at the back. Oskari Niebuhr got both the goals for us. Now, he's a Finnish lad who came in from the Finnish youth intake. There was only 2 players I was able to sign from Finland. And one of them, Oskari Niebuhr, looks pretty bloody good, but we'll show you him in a sec. Next up against Marienlyst, a game well, actually, have we? No, we've actually lost to them twice last year, I think, home and away, and then won one of the home games. But we're bringing that back to 2-2 on the record so far. They took the lead through Pierre Larsen, but then Tejan C, with an excellent strike, made it 1-1. The problem is, they were quite good in this game. Again, we've not looked particularly brilliant, even in some of our home games, but we are grinding out wins in games that perhaps we don't even deserve them. But it's one of those games, again, where we didn't have that many shots, but still created a decent number of chances. They were 2-1 up, not quite at half-time, I think, no. But then Stefan Jon-Gunnarsson actually smashes one in the top corner, which was strange to find himself on the left-hand side, probably from a set piece. But then 2 goals from Alan Franson in the second half just put them to the sword a little bit. Obviously a penalty as well in the 91st minute to wrap things up. Franson's starting to find some form again, which is just about time, really. And finally, we had the game against Skiva. I really wanted to try and take something from this game. I was disappointed as hell when we lost this. Jeppe Morgenson's goal early on, Alan Franson's immediate equaliser, but, I mean, they thought... they put it to bed with Apu's goal on the 80th minute, but Alan Franson with a late goal in the 91st minute. A couple more late goals for us is nice to see. 2 more for Franson, taking his tally to 5 for the season, but we just weren't good enough, didn't create enough, and I really do feel that that's the sort of result that could come back and bite us later in the year. We do need to get some away points. We were doing it last year. We need to get things going again. Admittedly, we don't have Carter or Afuri, but he only had him for the second half of the season. So the squad is weaker in some areas, but I do think slowly over time we're going to get better and good enough. All of that actually leaves the league looking like this. We've got 6 points from 5 games. We're 3 points above the drop zone, so it still isn't going too bad. However, it is going quite badly for Viborg, who were relegated from the top flight and have only won 1 of their first 5 matches in the second tier. So they're not having a good time at all. Franny is top scorer or joint top scorer. He's up there on the ratings as well. Venceslas up there with Odense. It's looking fairly solid towards the top. The same kind of suspects. I think that we've got to try and concentrate on getting points off of teams like Skiva at home. We've got Arbe, Nyköping, Marienlyst. I think Viborg will recover though, so I don't think that's a potential points winner. Fremad. Those are the sort of sides. We need to try and just concentrate on getting points off the teams around us. And I just want to see us get a couple more wins than we did last year. That's basically my only real task for us. I think it's going to be very difficult to get out of this division. I really, really do. Now, in the last episode, I talked about why people were able to pinch our players, even though they were on earning some money. And someone kindly pointed out that, in fact, the wage rules in the league stipulate that for full-time players over the age of 19 years old and up, they have to be on a minimum of £50 a week. Now, I don't really understand that because my players are part-time. Or does that mean in order to have the rights of a full-time player, they have to be earning those wages? But because a lot of my players are younger than that, I've had to put a couple of them on £120 a week contracts. The likes of Tuvenal and Torstensson in the middle, and a few other players like that, just because I do want to make sure that we can keep them. Julian is another one I've put on that money, because I don't want to lose more players, not without a fight anyway. So something I've started trying, because Ben Yahia still hasn't actually scored a goal for us yet, he's not had the best start to his career at the club, so I'm moving him onto the right-hand side, since he is right-footed. Nigor seems more confident on the left-hand side anyway. Franson's putting through the middle because he's a bit taller, and he doesn't seem to have slowed down his goal scoring, that's for sure. So John Tagency, we'll put him in as the start for today. Julian or Torstensson. I think Torstensson will come in. I think that's I don't know. That letter P thing always gets me a bit confused with Icelandic names. But the rest of the team looks pretty solid so far. Betzer, Cisse, Tuvenal, and Gunnarsson at the back with Good Johnson there. Now, let's see if I can actually pick the bench. Pick without restrictions. Oh, it worked this time. It seems to be very temperamental. Now, one thing I found that would make it work for some reason, even if I cleared my guidelines, but even when I wasn't using them, even if I cleared them, it still didn't work. But I found that turning on the filters to show only the senior squad, for some reason, made it work. And it might be because we've got too many players at the club. That's the only thing I can think of as to why that's messing up now. That's the team. We're going to go with Bisgaard, Boruk, Diermosa, Bigler, Gregerson, Julian, and Neil Hutchinson, who's actually had a pretty good time of it so far on the bench. I might even start playing him instead of Ben Yahia if he keeps up the way he's playing. He's not actually scored a goal yet, but I think he's got like 5 assists. Can't wait for the first game we have where we have an entire team full of regens. That's going to be the dream of the beginning. Of the dream, right? We're underdogs here. Yeah, we are. I mean, Venceslau are currently top of the league, actually, aren't they? Or are they? Yeah, they are top of the league. Question of the day. And today's question of the day is this. Which team do you think has the best atmosphere in world football? So that could be anywhere in the world. I actually don't have an answer for you prepared for this one, since I've had to think to this question on the fly, because I forgot to look at my list. So do let me know what you think. What's the best atmosphere of any stadium or team in the world? Let me know in the comments, and if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Gunnarsson's through here. He needs to find a good ball. And Nygard at the back post! Saved by Fleur in goal, and that's a good start for us inside the first 44 seconds of the game. We've at least created something there. Good header one again. Franson's got the ball into the channel for Nygard. Hello, this game's turning into something here. Nygard's ball back across. Franson! Oh my goodness. Chance again. Goodison. Go back post again. And it's over the bar. Franson couldn't keep it down. What a start from us. Just occurred to me, they're playing a 4-3-3 as a 3-striker system as well. Oh dear. But we have started this game in fine form. Into the channel for Nygard, not quite good enough to get there, but at least it's not Brennan O'Neill. Ball down the pitch again. Betzer wins the header. This is weirdly excellent from us so far. Betzer. Can he get the cross out? He does. Franson! Oh my god, Alan, you have to score there. He had to. This game has started like a house fire. I'm incredibly pleased with the way this game has started, which means inevitably they will score the first goal. Tuvenal. Up to Franson again. Brings the ball down into the channel for Ben Yahia. Go on, we need a good cross now, mate. Back post. Cleared away. Again. Great work from us so far. Ben Yahia. Oh, dear. Right, we've got 3-on-2 at the back. Got to be careful. Ball in. Ilum. Good save from Good Johnson. This is going to be a tight end-to-end game. I can sense it already. I'm very pleased with the way this game has started. It might not have been perfect in the sense that we haven't scored, but my goodness, we've looked good going forward. Ball in. Headed away. Uh-oh, man at the back post. Oh, that's such a shame. We started this game so damn well, and now we find ourselves behind. God damn it. I mean, once it's punched away here, actually, nobody picks up the man on the left-hand side, ball into him, and it's straight in the back of the net, and 1-0 to Venceslau. Damn it, we were giving them a good run for the first 15-20 minutes of this game so far. I'm going to give it to half an hour to see where we're going to end up here, if we move to attacking or not, because I'm actually quite pleased with the way we're playing at the moment. And I don't want to rock the boat just yet if we're actually going to continue playing. They're starting to look a bit better now. I might switch to attacking. We've also got that other tactic version of the shovel in the back pocket, just in case we need something like that. Mortson. Hansen. Uh-oh. Ilum. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. What on earth were the defenders doing there? It's 2-0 to Venceslau. Good. That's annoying. That they've started to really come into this game a lot more now. Oh, this is a cool camera angle. Knudsen, Ilum just... Oh, he's just so much space through the middle for Agude, and that's his second of the game. Keeper could do nothing about that. Defenders just parted like the Red Sea. Yeah, see, the problem is that Gunnarsson is getting shredded in the air because they keep pinging those passes out to that left-hand side. Here we go. Benson, into the channel for Ben Yahia. I just want to see something from this guy. I feel like he's got the talent. He just has not shown it so far. Oh, my God. Was that a back pass? Ilum. I can only assume that wasn't a back pass. He does need to be closed down. Mark the living hell out of that man. Hansen's ball in. Please don't concede a set-piece goal as well. Knudsen. Urtoft. Oh, good save from Johnson. Okay, now the pressure's starting to build on us a little bit. Maybe now is the time to switch to the other tactic. The other version of the shovel. So it moves him as a target man. And it makes us more direct passing. Floats from crosses. I don't know how we're doing in the air on that one. Go a bit longer and more flexible. So, yeah, let's give this a crack. Let's see if having him as the target man, being a bit more flexible, I don't know if it keeps us on attacking or not. I actually didn't check that. Franson is just not going to get there. Betzer started this game incredibly strongly, and it just seems to have faded away since then. Mortsen, Hansen, Knudsen. Ball in. Just don't bother, guys. Don't bother jumping. This Emmanuel Agude guy is quite good by the looks of it, because he's just completely... Yeah. 3-0 down. This game started so well. Knudsen just whips this ball in. There's two defenders there, and Agude... What is that? Okay. Whatever. This game has gone from bad to terribly worse in a very short space of time. And Nigard's through. Can he get one back for us? No, he can't. Good chance again from us. We've created some opportunities here. It's such a shame to see the way this game's gone with how good we've actually played in terms of attacking-wise, except for the fact we haven't actually scored any. Franson doesn't win it, but Torstensen over the top for Nigard. He's through again here, you know. He's in again, and another chance goes begging for us. Ball in again. Cleared away. Torstensen. Okay, you gotta stop it, buddy. You gotta stop. Goes ball down the field. Won by Gunnarsson. Nigard will get there. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Franson, he's got the runner behind. Ben Yahia. No. They're just very, very strong at getting back and making those tackles at the moment. Can he win the header? He has again. Torstensen, Franson, round the side for Ben Yahia. He's scored! Mehdi Ben Yahia has scored a goal, and frankly, it's no less than we deserve for this first half performance. I don't know what that little spell they had was, but we have been excellent ever since then. Gunnarsson there, Torstensen, lovely ball up to Franson, spins it round. Oh, what about that for a back hit on Ben Yahia? Scores his first goal for the club. 3-1. Game on? Maybe. So some people said that they were sort of interested in the tactics side. The reason I don't show it as much as maybe I should is because I don't want you to think that I think I know what I'm talking about, because I don't. When I talk about what I'm doing, I'm not simply saying you should do this. I'm just trying to explain why I'm doing things. So, based on what I have seen in that first half, this tactic is working quite nicely. But we do need to be closing down Agude quite a bit and also trying to block some of their crosses. So, what I might try and do is there any way... We're set to stay wider already. I'm going to have him tackle harder as well. And also turn him off of that crossing to the far post. That's something I need to also turn off. Going to have these guys tackle harder. Just getting a bit tighter on these guys. And also, we're going to go into the opposition instructions bit, wherever that is. I don't know. Can we not do that at halftime? We'll have to do it in the second half. Right, so what I want to do is, yeah, we'll get him, and we're going to tackle him harder. And we'll show him onto his weak foot. But what I also want to do is... go in a bit, close down their fullbacks a bit more, just to try and stop some of those crosses from coming in. That's all I can really think of. It might pull some players out of position, but we'll just have to see how we do in this second half. I'm not expecting much from this, but the way we looked towards the end of that first half gives me hope, at least. I'm also going to try and push Torstensen onto an attacking role, just so that he might get into this area a tiny bit more than he is. I don't want to move him to an attacking midfielder because that would leave us way too short in the middle. But I just want him to get forward a tiny little bit more and fill into that gap. Yeah, okay, we'll mark him specifically as well. Mortsen. Nothing really obvious has happened in the start of the second half just yet. Not for us, anyway. There we go. Gunnarsson. Up to Franson. Look at the space. Ben Yahia now. Nigard. Got to look for... Oh, dear. No, Ben Yahia's got it. Go on. Good ball in. No. Try again. Ball in. Nigard. Oh, what a chance again. Gunnarsson's been booked. I'm not really sure what we can do about that. A penalty! Oh, no way. There's no way that's a penalty. Okay, we've got a chance to get back into the game here, albeit from the penalty spot. Come on, Alan. Come on, Alan. Yes! It's 3-2 against the top team. This is really going somewhere now. We've been excellent in places in this game. If it wasn't for that little break in concentration early on, there could be something on the cards here. Come on, one more goal, guys. We've got half an hour. We're playing well. They've brought on Jan de Hermosa. The evil twin. Franson. Into the channel for Nigard. He's going to lose the ball there. Ah, goddamn. This game is still right coming down. Oh, hello. Ball in. Ben Yahia. Yes! That is incredibly bad defending from Vencisa, but we are back level from 3-0 down in this game. Holy shit, I'm so glad I picked this one as a live com. My lord. What is Urtoft doing here? It's probably the best game I've seen for this entire save. Nigar whips it in. Ben Yahia, back post header, and it is 3-all away at Vencissel. We could keep going here. We're playing like the better side at the moment. Let's go! Middle of the park, Ibrahim Cisse is not playing well. Gunnarsson is really looking knackered, but I've got no option but to keep him on, really. Nygaard is the only player that's performing poorly in the front area. I'm going to get Neil Hutchinson on, because he's provided assists for days lately. And we're going to get on Julien. Oh, can he play there? How good is he there? I'm actually going to think about putting Julien in instead of Benson, because Benson's not played well, and we'll save a sub for later on in this game. Let's go. If I start to see them having loads of chances, we will try and shut things down a bit. Tajan C. Into the channel. Nobody there. Pedersen looks long. Brilliant header from Cisse. Just get back and cover your spaces. Don't let them get the long ball down the... Oh, my life. No. Oh, big save from Good Johnson. Okay. That was... No, still not their first clear-cut chance of the game. I might just switch it back to counter now, because they are starting to push that pressure on us a bit more now, and I don't want to concede a late goal. Whew. It's just going to waste enough time. Ben Yahia knocks it down. Comes back to him. Out, and there it is, a 3-all draw away at Vencissel. Bravo, guys. That was quite something of a result. What a comeback. Ben Yahia with 2, Franson with 1. Whew, I'm knackered now. So it's just occurred to me that my face cam might have died towards the end of that. It only records for half an hour before it will turn itself off automatically, which is a pain. But usually a live com will never go as long as that one has. But that one took a very long time to record just because there was so much happening. So, yeah. Hopefully you didn't miss too much of my live reactions towards the end of that. It shouldn't have got too much cut off. Maybe just the last... So, it is the day of the game against AGF. We have a couple more little bits to talk about. I hope that last game didn't run too long because... this one might not be quite so exciting because I do think we're going to struggle against them. 7-1 we are to win this game. They are missing some players though, so you never know. But first, I quickly wanted to show you Oskari Nyberg, the lad we brought in from Finland. He's on £10 a week at the moment. I might up that if he starts to look very good, but he is very ambitious. I mean, I like the guy. He's got 14 finishing. He's not super quick yet, but he is still only 16 years old. He is 6 foot tall as well. So there's plenty to this lad. And I think given the right amount of game time, maybe get him out on loan for the rest of the season. But I thought putting him in that game up front against, who was it? VB was a good chance for him. And he made the most of it, scoring 2 goals on his debut. So you can't really go wrong there. Also, just as a side note, I know I said I'd promised to show you some player profiles in every episode. Rather than me just picking at random, if you let me know in the comments which players, from our team obviously, I'm not just going to show random teams players, from our team, or even former players, that you want to see, let me know in the comments and I'll try to put them in the videos. That way you guys get to see the players you're actually interested in seeing rather than just random ones taken out of a hat, you know? Also, on a total side note, I asked the board if we could have another coach because they said that they weren't getting enough tactical coaching attention. So I've got in a new coach. Well, I haven't got him yet. I've offered him the contract and he's got really good tactics, like 12, I think. So that should hopefully appease some of the players, particularly people like Alan Franson, because that's one of the things he's unhappy about. And I'm hoping if we can get rid of that, we can try to get him on a new contract because I do not want to lose Alan. Though the team is starting to look a bit more healthy. Let's pick a side for this game and then we'll talk about that. Tajan C in the middle again there, I think is good. Ball in midfield, I'm going to go with Julien for this one since we've got to get some game time out of him. Gunnarsson is looking absolutely cream-crackered at this point, so I'm going to go with Gravgård in that area there. And on the left-hand side, it's pretty much the same story for Betzer, so Borup will come in for today's game. Tajan C in the middle actually is looking pretty knackered as well. We might get Diamosa in there as well. Nygaard's looking the most fit of them at the moment, and I want to keep Ben Yahia in just in case he can get a goal to keep his confidence up. But what I might do is start Neil Hutchinson, give him a chance to start a game, because I'm a real fan of this guy. And at the rest of the back here, we're going to go with Luke Campbell, who I've just noticed isn't listed as part of the senior squad. Why on earth was that? I couldn't see him on the filters for some reason. Now let's see if this is going to work this time. Clear, subs, pick. No. For whatever reason, if I've got all these filters on, it will not let me pick unrestricted. So strange. Anyway, on the bench, Beastguard, Betzer, Tajan, Nygaard, Gunnarsson, Benson, and Bigler. A really strong bench, but we had to rotate for today's game. We were going to struggle anyway. I think we're going to get absolutely humped by AGF here. And that's fine. You know, we're getting paid, or are we? I don't know if this game's on television or not. I know we've got a league game soon that's going to be on television again, and we kind of need the money, because we're down to like 10k in the bank at the moment, because we just had to pay out our affiliate agreement with Ringstead. Well, 21 minutes in, we've not done anything ourselves from an attacking perspective, but they've not done anything either. Oh, and another chance goes begging. 22 minutes gone, 0-0. So 38 minutes on the clock, and it is still 0-0. Brilliant win there from the header. Franson, Julien, can he look over the top perhaps? Goes for Diamosa. Ah, that's not a good ball. Not a good ball at all from Søren Diamosa. Ah, there's opposition instructions. I knew it was on this menu somewhere. So, yeah, closing down, tackling hard as well. We'll get right in on these guys. just to show them onto their weak foot as well. I know this doesn't always work because sometimes it means your players don't always have the mental capacity to deal with stuff like that, but I think we can deal with that for the second half. Just keep, no pressure on you guys. Just keep playing your game. The fact is, 45 minutes in and it's still 0-0 against the top tier side. I'm very pleased with that. Similar to what it was against Randers. Campbell will come across. Just, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, well blocked. Oh no. Oh my goodness. We've got away with one there massively. They are closing us down. I might actually be tempted to swap them both out here. Get someone a bit more... Yeah, I'll get Benson in there as well. Someone who's a bit more of a defensively minded player into that role. Diamosa. Here, 80 minutes in, there's not been another highlight on extended since then. Franson's looking knackered, so I'm going to get Rasmus... no, we'll get Nygaard in, since he's doing well at the moment. Particularly as we might need some fresh legs for extra time if it does come to that. And at the moment, it is actually looking likely, which is just great, because it'll mean this episode will be even bloody longer. Ankerson's ball in. Cleared away to Amini. Campbell to Gravgord. Tajan C. Over the top for Neil Hutchinson, who's just decided to just let that casually slide over his head there. What is it about whoever plays in that position that just lets those balls happen? Oh, that's a shame. I thought my keeper should have come there. Considering he's a sweeper keeper, he probably should have got out to that one, but I think they're just too knackered at this point. We're going to go overload. We're going to go route one and just see what we can do for the final 10 minutes of this match. Sana. The problem is, this game was 2 days after... Oh, okay. Yeah, it was 2 days after the last match we just played. So having that amazing comeback against Venceslas and then literally having to play from the Sunday onto the Tuesday against a top flight team, we were always going to struggle here. We would have struggled anyway, let's face it. But hey, if we only lose this game 1-0, I'd be pretty pleased with that. That's not bad, really. It does seem somewhat unlikely now, though. Tajan C, has he got one last chance? Nygaard's not going to get there. Oh, he's gone out of throw. Okay, a corner. One last corner. Come on, guys. Get the keeper up. Never seen that happen in FM. Borup, ball in. Hutchinson, and it's headed away brilliantly by Backman. And that'll do. We've lost 1-0 at home. I mean, we didn't create a single shot on target. It's understandable that we would lose this game. But still, to only lose 1-0 is pretty damn good, really. So I'm thinking in the next episode, we're going to do Arbe, Fremad, Esbjerg, Viborg, and then Helsinger as well. Because I didn't want to do 2 away games again, because we'll probably get beaten in both, and you guys don't want to see that. So we'll do Odense and then Kurgan, although that'll be tough as well at home against them. Although we did beat them at home last year, I think. I can't actually remember. So if you have enjoyed this episode, and I really hope you have, because I bloody loved it. That 3-all draw was amazing. If you have enjoyed it, drop a like on it. That'd be really, really cool. And subscribe to the channel if you are new for more videos like this on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I'll see you guys soon for a pair of... We've got a couple of home games in here. Fremad is one I'm earmarking, and this away game against Arbe is also potentially winnable as well. So we'll need to try and get that one too. Maybe a point. That will be enough. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.